man. Yes, okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. Enough is enough. All right. Looking good. Everything appears to be working. How y'all guys doing? My name is Tim Black. If this is your first time catching my program on my channel, let me welcome you to the Tim Black Show. This edition, which you're watching now, is what's called Freedom Friday. Freedom Friday is a program where people get to call up. The phone number to call up, if you have a comment you'd like to make to the world, well, you just dial 319-527-6212. And we discuss politics and social issues and breaking news and what's happening today, and all of that goes down right here on the Tim Black Show. I want to encourage you to become a member of this show. You are watching the foremost, most watched black political, left-leaning, black independent media on the internet anywhere. So you're in the right place. Add some diversity to your lineup and add the Tim Black Show. And also pretty good too. I think I am. At least that's what my wolf says. My wolf says, you know, pretty good. So check this out, guys. Tonight we're going to talk about Julian Assange, his arrest. We'll also talk about Tulsi Gabbard's comments. We're going to go into the Lion's Den, talking about Tulsi Gabbard's comments. We're going to talk about Bernie Sanders' lack of a comment. And we're just going to break it all down. And I'm going to open up phone lines after I dig into this a little bit and kind of do my monologue and all that good stuff. I see I got people calling in. Call in now, guys. The monologue will be short tonight, as my voice is not where it needs to be to do much more. People may have noticed Tim Black took a bigger break. I've taken the longest break I've taken from doing my shows than I've taken since 2011 when I first started creating content. And that's because I had to get some surgery done, and I'm not done yet. We still got some more stuff to get done. But I'm back enough that I can do this show. Gosh, I just want you to know I missed y'all. And I missed doing my show. I didn't feel right last couple of days because I was beginning to, you know, feel better. And I'm like, you know, I can't believe I'm not working. I'm a workaholic, guys, and I'm proud of being a grinder and a hustler. So, anyway, I'm back, and that's where I've been. And I haven't been on a trip, no vacation. Not so fortunate, but I'm in good spirits, and let's just do what we do because the world is on fire, frankly, and yeah. So. Just checking my comment section, making sure I'm getting good comments. Hey, Samir. Hey, Fred. Hey, Frederick Murphy. Hey, Chris. Hey, Truth Can't Be Silenced. Thank you for moderating. Thank you, William. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Uli. Mars Pluto, welcome back. I see you, Mars Pluto. A. Mayers and the whole crew. Tony Wing. Is that new? Tony Wing or Lee Cox? Hey, Lee, what's up? My people on Facebook, I want to say hello to you as well. What's going on, Facebook peoples? Let's jump here on Facebook and shout people out. I'm not seeing comments on. There we go. They just appeared. All of a sudden, my Facebook comments appeared. What's up? What's up, Rose Monterama? George Shell's in the house. What's up, Colleen? How you doing? What's up, Rose? Kenny. What's up? What's up, Deb? Carrie. What's up, Carrie? How you feeling? Margarita. Sheila's in the house. Helen, Dave, Evan. Everybody, man, a great showing. I know, look, I appreciate you guys. I wasn't sure anybody was going to show up because I haven't been doing shows for almost a week and a half, almost 2 weeks. But there's no way, Freedom Friday is the show for the people. And we had to give it a go today. So Julian Assange was arrested. He was evicted from the Ecuadorian embassy. And you know, when you get evicted, typically they put you out. Anybody been evicted before? Anybody ever been evicted? Julian Assange was evicted, and the police came and get him before he could even leave. So it doesn't sound like a conviction or an eviction. Yeah, it sounds like a conviction. Sounds dirty, doesn't it? Now, people were talking about Julian Assange being arrested the moment he stepped foot outside of the embassy. They were carrying him out of the embassy. It sounded like it was coordinated. And that's what John Witherspoon used to say, coordinated. That's what it sounds like, a setup. Sounds like a ruse, a plan, a strategy. Because it was. The Ecuadorian President Moreno was working in cahoots with the London police, the British police, in order to turn Julian Assange over. Now, one thing I want to make sure is obvious, right? And I know people work, you got stuff going on, you got the dog, you got the cat, you got the dog, you got the kids, you got the said dog, you got the kids, you got the parents, the wife, the spouse, the job, all the stuff going on in life. So let me just let you know. The charges, the reason why he was, how can I say this? Britain, the London Police Department is a straight BI. The London Police Department is working for the United States. They are a punk. They are garbage. Okay, what the London Police Department did was they said, well, we're arresting him because he violated his parole or something, right? How can you violate bail on charges that have been thrown out? You know, 6'5", I don't know. Like the charges for which they say he violated bail or whatever, they have been thrown out. So that doesn't make much sense to me where you say, oh, we're gonna apprehend you under the pretense that you violated bail. But there is no charge to face. It's sort of like they said your charge is I don't know, not appearing in court for a charge that was thrown out. It was like it'd be nulled. It'd be no prosecute. It'd be whatever they call it, booted. So that just goes to show you that the London Police Department just did this just for the United States. So what exactly was Julian Assange picked up for? Picked him up because, well, he's got white hair. That's why they picked him up. And they picked him up because the United States has a bug up their butts because they're still sore. Their feelings are hurt because they feel like Julian Assange is the reason why Hillary Clinton is not the president of the United States today. When we all know, if you've been paying attention, there are a lot of reasons Hillary Clinton is not president of the United States today. One of them being Donald Trump. But a bigger explanation for why she's not the president today is that she is Hillary Clinton. Yeah, Hillary Clinton is not president because she is Hillary Clinton. Now, if she was someone else, if she was another person altogether, pretty much anyone else who had reigned in 2016 and had the support of the DNC behind them, there would not be a President Donald Trump. I firmly believe that. I firmly believe anyone else, if the DNC did not pull trickery, who would have ran besides Hillary Clinton, they would have defeated Donald Trump. Hands down. But that's too bitter of a pill to swallow. The Democrats, the liberal media, all of them, they can't swallow that. That doesn't go down well. So they have to have a scapegoat. The scapegoat is Julian Assange. But see, Julian Assange is not going to be extradited to the United States to face the charge of anything related to the 2016 election. Julian Assange has been extradited because of an espionage charge. Yeah, they allege that Julian Assange helped Chelsea Clinton crack computers back in 2009. Folks, I want you to know how bogus this is. It's extremely bogus. One reason is because, well, Chelsea Clinton got into other computers without the help of Julian Assange. She was doing just fine. She was doing a bang-up job. It's like, you know, people take shooting lessons. You know, there's all types of shooting. How can I, what's a good analogy? Hey, look, man, look, if I'm playing basketball and I'm hitting my threes and I'm hitting all these great shots from distance, I don't need to come ask you how to shoot, because obviously I know how to shoot. If I'm rolling and I've been rolling for 20 years, I don't need you to come tell me how to roll. The DNC, well, not the DNC, but the deep state, the CIA, the powers that be, they want you to believe that Chelsea Manning needed help. She would have never gotten those computers if it weren't for Julian Assange. See, that's what the layperson thinks when they hear these charges. But she had already accessed thousands and thousands of documents and already handed them over to WikiLeaks for publication before she asked Julian Assange for any help. Now, that's based on the cursory knowledge that I have of what's inside of the indictment. That's their allegation. But what is obvious, what is true, without a shadow of a doubt, is that Chelsea Clinton was already in computers and already giving up information. That Julian Assange did not, from wherever he was across the globe, help Chelsea Clinton get into a computer in front of her. In fact, I don't know what that was. In fact, guys, it gets worse because it appears that Chelsea Clinton, the information, like maybe Julian Assange says, oh, you can't get in, you can't get in it. Well, I don't know, try rebooting it. I don't know. And it still didn't work when there was no more information that she received or she was able to get out. So they want to hold, once again, they want to arrest, they have arrested, they want to try Julian Assange on the charge of espionage, of hacking into a computer that they did not hack into, that they did not get into, and that he did not physically touch, that he did not, they're not saying he connected to it and tried to break into it or nothing. They're just saying, basically they're just throwing stuff against the wall and they're wondering if the Americans are dumb enough to go for it. Yeah, pretty much. So that's you're up to speed on all that, okay? Because I'd like to move on to where we are today, right? Where we are today is we're up a creek, people. We're up a creek because everything that I just laid out to you, you could verify it. I may have misspoke a little bit because I'm trying to get through it as far as what exactly is in the indictment. But these are the facts that I gave you. And we have journalists, people that call themselves journalists anyway, who won't speak up about this. They don't even see the need to defend their own professions. That's crazy talk, right? Something happened with my phone line. It's crazy. They do not see the need to defend their own profession of journalism. That's how scared they are. There are journalists who deny that Julian Assange is a journalist because it's easier to defend what's happening to Julian Assange if he's not a journalist. Even though he's gotten more awards, several awards, for his journalistic work. Even though he was Times Person of the Year back in 2010, look it up. Even though he was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize several times, look it up. He has done more for journalism than most of these hacks have ever even dreamed of doing. I'm sorry, it's true. It's not even, that can't even be debated. It's not even up for debate. That's how lopsided the comparison it is between Julian Assange and many of these other people. That's why when I said I support Julian Assange, he was a reputable, very reputable, his organization very reputable, beyond. No one's ever said they printed anything that was false, fabricated, made up, conjured, fabric, whatever. Never, ever, any allegations ever proven that WikiLeaks has ever published anything that wasn't 100% bona fide truth. Nothing, guys, zero. And then they say, why you listen to them? Why you believe it? Well, if you, unlike CNN, unlike MSNBC, unlike The Guardian, unlike the Washington Times, unlike the Washington Post, unlike the New York Times, unlike all these other news entities, WikiLeaks has never published anything that wasn't, they never had to take it down and say, oops, my bad. That's not true. And so if you say that WikiLeaks and Julian Assange are not a news entity, I don't know what they are. Maybe you're not news. Maybe what you've been doing is not news work. Maybe what you've been doing is not journalism. Because we got on one side 100% pure work, 100% journalism. And the worst thing about it, guys, and there's a lot of worse. A worser part of this is they loved him. Oh, they loved him when he was divulging, when WikiLeaks and Chelsea Manning were exposing, Bush. They loved him. The Washington Post is on record, I think it was 2010, defending Julian Assange for this very thing. Defending WikiLeaks for publishing Chelsea Manning's war diaries, the Afghan war documents. The same people who are calling for the arrest and the prosecution of Julian Assange for this very thing were defending him. Oh, times have changed. Times have changed. With a little bit of money, a little bit of time, a little bit of collusion between the DNC and liberal media. Oh, times have changed. So, Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders. Let's jump to that. Let's get off the paid propagandists. Let's get off of the spokesmodels. I'm gonna start calling them brand ambassadors. That's what a lot of these journalists are. They're brand ambassadors. Hi, my name's Susan. Hi, my name's Rachel. I'm a propagandist. They need to just show up and just do that. Have name tags on them, Big oil, war, pharma, big pharma, fossil fuels, like the race car drivers have on their cars and on their suits, I think that our journalists should start showing up like that. At least be true in your advertising. When TYT or RT or anybody else, they have a product placement in a video, they have to mention it. Should not media have to mention if they are, basically promoting these corporations or these interests of the CIA or, shouldn't they have to disclose it there? Wouldn't that be fair? Isn't it illegal to make recommendations for products that you're being paid to endorse or to promote? Aren't you supposed to disclose that? I thought you were. All right, I'm sorry. Let's move to the next part, okay? So Tulsi Gabbard, she made some statements on MSNBC and CNN. She was on Hardball with Chris Matthews. When I didn't know anything, I was like, oh, wow, black guy. I thought Chris Matthews was, good guy. I didn't know. Chris Matthews is full of it, He really is. And a lot of us, like all of us, always remember there was a time none of us knew this stuff. And don't go bragging about, oh, I knew before then. Well, good for you, But everyone has to learn at some point. So if you just woke up and realized, hey, this is all BS, don't worry about it. There's going to be somebody who wakes up a month from now, and then you can be a senior person. You'll be a sophomore, and then there'll be a freshman. Okay? So anyway, back to it. So Tulsi Gabbard was on CNN, she was on MSNBC, and she was asked about Julian Assange and what she thought about the extradition and the prosecution of Julian Assange. And she said that she thought it was dangerous to a freedom of the press. And then she cited Obama. I said, well, you know, he had the opportunity where he could have indicted Assange. He chose not to do it because this would call into question freedom of the press, which calls into question our Constitution, our First Amendment rights, and what this means for average citizens would mean that we are being we are afraid of our government, because if you speak out of line, if you do anything out of line, if you don't toe the line, then you may have to walk the plank, and that you may suffer consequences for speaking up or for reporting. So, and her comments were, that's basically what her comments were. And I just put out a video, I just did it, where I point out that Obama was not a good guy when it came to Julian Assange. See, what it is that Obama, he would have locked up Julian Assange, but he just couldn't. Because if he locked up Julian Assange, he'd have to seek indictments for several other news agencies that publish the same information that WikiLeaks published. Remember, the name WikiLeaks says it all. It's like, you know, like these people, they say the best way to build a company is, the best way to name your company or your organization is to say what you do, right? So wiki, as in Wikipedia, right? Wikipedia, listing, database, compile, compilation. I'm pretty sure that's what wiki means, right? Thing that you use to access data. I think that's what wiki means, right? And then leaks, right? Leaks, not wiki hacks, it's WikiLeaks. Get it? Julian Assange and WikiLeaks take leaks. They published them. So Tulsi Gabbard's half right about that. But the thing is, Tulsi Gabbard is one of so very few people that have the courage, the heart, or the fortitude, or the strategy to speak up about this. That she is seeing like a glowing light around her. Even more so than, you know, the fact that she's from Hawaii and they wore those cool things that I forget the name of right now. You know, the thing around the neck thing, the thing with the flowers and stuff. Like, she's, you know, because she's one of the very few politicians that have the, you know, who's spoken out and said, hey, freedom of the press is important. And hey, we don't want people to be afraid to speak out and to you know, report on our government these issues. I mean, she brought up in the Panama Papers, the Pentagon Papers, the history of journalism, which exposes corruption, whether it be in our government or otherwise. And that's the purpose of journalism. That's the purpose of a free press. And I just want to point out, as Tulsi was having these conversations, I'm sure that there were people on the right and the left who were just sitting there waiting an opportunity to get her for it. So I want to, you know, acknowledge Tulsi Gabbard for calling it as she sees it. And there's others. There's a couple other people. Mike Gravel, right? Former senator from Alaska. Former senator from Alaska, Mike Gravel, he also called it out, and he even calls it out more precisely. He calls it out like, the way Mike Gravel calls out the Assange thing. He says, look, what you need to do is, you know, is pardon him right now. And anything else is a travesty against society in the free world. That's what you need to do. Get it done, okay? And I love Mike Gravel's approach. He's a gangbuster. It's just, bam, this is what you should do. I ain't got time to play with you. Right? And then there's Jill Stein. Jill Stein, I meant to mention her in an earlier video, and pretty much all Green Party members that I've seen who talk about this, whether it be a Jamal Baraka or Jill Stein, they are on the side of freedom of press, obviously. They are anti-interventionist wars. They're anti-war, period. And that's mainly what this is about, as it pertains to U.S. dealings across the globe, regime change, what have you. So now we move on to Bernie Sanders, right? And Bernie Sanders is disappointing on this issue because he has not spoke about it. He has not spoken about Julian Assange's arrest, which leaves many going, why hasn't he spoken? Well, we know why he hasn't spoken, because both the Republicans and the Democrats Well, I have a theory. Let me speak for myself. I feel that Bernie Sanders has not spoken about this issue because possibly he's weighing if he wants to, spin all his chips. See, frankly, Americans are dumb people. I'm an American, so, we're not dumb. We're just like a lot of us just believe what we're told. That's really what it is. We just believe our news. We think we're the good guys, and we believe that whatever Rachel Maddow says is true, or we believe that Anderson Cooper's telling us, shooting it straight, and we believe, oh, Joy Reid, oh, give me more Joy Reid, oh, a black woman just telling it like it is, oh, Van Jones, oh, Don Lemon, oh, Jake Tapper, great, Stephanopoulos, oh, these people are just giving us everything. They put so much on the line. Andrea Mitchell, oh, she risked so much. She does, Mika Brzezinski, Joe Scarborough, oh, they risk their lives every day. Ah. Lies. You pay millions of dollars to mislead us. So I'm not going to say the American people are dumb. American people are food. Food, I tell you. And so many of us are trying so hard to keep the wolf outside the door, to keep the devil down in the hole, to keep the lights on, the car running, the kids out of jail, the kids off the street, the grandmas out the grave, all these things, the granddads out the hospital, like all these things that we're constantly trying to do. Keep the medication, able to afford it, and keep the job, and to find a new job, or to get a job, and get another job, the extra job, and the job on the side, and all the things we have to do. That we don't have the time to be investigative reporters, and we trust the wrong people. We trust the people that are paid millions, and we don't even question why are they paid millions. Jake Tapper is not a great actor. Why is Rachel Maddow paid more money than Samuel L. Jackson? If not for the fact that she is also an actor. We don't even question it. Why was Matt Lauer traveling to work every day in a helicopter? Brad Pitt doesn't have it as good. Why? News reporters used to be, like Greg Palast, hat on, you know what I'm saying? Scruffy coat, oh, I'm going to tell you, look at the news on you. We're going to run a print, Johnson. Let's get this in there. Get that byline in there. Get this going on. Get that going on there. Go down there and interview him and get that information and let's run that. We're going to get this quote in. Oh, I need a quote from you, Sylvia. I need a quote. We're going to run it. They were poor. They had a ratty shirt, not great suit, just a regular suit, if a suit at all, run-down shoes, shoe leather worn, turned over, Oxfords, whatever, right? Not like they are now. They're rock stars, damn it, rock stars. Why are they rock stars? There are news people who make more than rappers and literal rock stars. And no one goes, why are they making more than a rock star? Why does Anderson Cooper make as much as Aerosmith? The mofo sits on his butt in the newsroom. All right, so back to Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders disappoints me because he didn't come out and say it, but we know why. Because we have a lying media that has confused people. And look, here's the thing. It's one thing to have the Democrats believing nonsense, or liberals, liberal class, It's another thing to have the Republicans believing it. It's another thing altogether when you got both sides believing it. That's what we have. We have some people on the far right, who support WikiLeaks, support Julian Assange, because they support freedom of the press. Some of those people. Then we have regular Republicans, who hate WikiLeaks They've been wanting Julian Assange roasted in on an open fire since the Bush days. All right? Since Bush, since 20, they've been waiting for this guy. They're not, you need to stop looking at Republicans as Trump supporters. They ain't the same thing, okay? Trump could have just ran as a Trump. He shouldn't even ran as a Republican, because he's not a Republican. But even a billionaire can't run. He has to run under one of these parties, because that's how it's set up. So anyway, the Republicans and the Democrats are selling this to their people. That Julian Assange and WikiLeaks are bad for the American people. That even though the Mueller report exonerates Donald Trump, they're saying it doesn't exonerate Julian Assange. So basically, Americans were robbed of millions of dollars to prosecute foreign, someone from Sweden, London, right? Julian Assange, basically. And about 20 Russians that'll never appear in court. And Papadopoulos, and Michael Cohen, and Michael Flynn. And that's basically what it is. So anyway, so that's why it's hard for... Look, I'm not giving him a pass on this at all. I would prefer for him to come out, and I believe over the weekend, Bernie Sanders will comment on Julian Assange. But let's not pretend that there is not a price to pay when, let's just say, 80% of Americans that are paying attention probably believe this crap. I mean, how many Americans believe that Russia stole our elections? Most of those people are going to believe that Julian Assange hacked the computer without any evidence presented at all. All they have to do is be told by Pompeo. All they have to do is be told by William Barr and be told by Rachel Maddow and Chris Matthews all at the same time. And they will believe it. You will not have to show them an inkling, a piece of evidence. You know, when there's a cop shooting, we want to see the footage. There are people who won't believe it until they say, well, even if you show them the footage, they say, well, what happened before you start showing footage? I need to know what happened before that. Well, when it comes to whatever our government says, or whatever Rachel Maddow says, or whatever one of these talking heads say on cable news, because that gives them credibility, they don't even ask for footage. They don't ask for footage. They don't ask for what happened before the footage. They don't ask for corroborating. Hell, half of the stories that have been printed in these major news networks and in these magazines, newspapers, were under... their sources were unnamed source. You know, if I walked into my room, in my living room, and a vase was broken, and I looked at my son, and I looked at my other son, and I said, "Who did it?" And one of my sons said, "An unknown source." An unnamed source has given me, you know, come on, I wouldn't even buy it. I'm like, what are you talking about, unnamed source? Who the hell broke the vase, son? Nobody with no TV, no games. Who broke the vase? Unnamed source. Get out of here with the unnamed source before I unname you. All right? So, but hey, you know, because we're Americans. We just believe whatever American cable news tells us. So, yes, I'm disappointed with Bernie Sanders and him not speaking up. But like I stated, I believe that he will. If he goes on State of the Union, I can see Chuck Todd right now with that funky mustache and his beady little eyes going, Bernie Sanders, you know. Oh, Bernie, we gotta ask you, Bernie. You know. And he's going to have to say something. So, don't worry, it's going to come up. This issue's not leaving. He's not going to be able to say, I don't care about your bloody emails. Bernie's going to have to say something. I don't care about the Julian. You know, I got to say something. But let me be more serious. No other profession was mentioned in the Constitution other than freedom of the press. It's the one profession that an amendment is based on. And there's people who love to talk about, our Constitution. They pull it out all the time on you. Tell you, in our Constitution, I'm a strict constitutionalist. Well, freedom of the press, we should apply. We should apply freedom of the press in the First Amendment and err on the side of continuing a healthy freedom of the press. For the same reasons that my conservative friends say we need to, right to bear arms with the right to freedom of speech, right? Isn't that what they complain about on a daily basis about these social media platforms? Anyway, that's where we are. And in closing, I'd just like to say, Donald Trump, he used the word WikiLeaks often on the campaign trail. He kept saying it. WikiLeaks! All love the WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks. And now, and I always said, because we've been hearing about this sealed indictment for Julian Assange for months. It's not a new thing, right? And I always said, what are these people who say, well, I have to support Trump because I hate what the DNC did. But where do you draw a line if Donald Trump won't support Julian Assange? And don't get me twisted, guys. I understand there's going to be a price to pay. I mean, Trump just went through 2.5 years of Russia fog, right? 2.5 years being dogged with this Russia stuff. So I'm pretty sure he's not willy-nilly like, oh, I want to jump back into Russia fight business. I want to have to continue this debate. And someone said they believe at the end of this, all they want is to force Trump to try to pardon Julian. So they tied Julian Assange to Russia, and then Trump, if he pardons Julian Assange, they say, see, he's helping Russia. See, we told you. I don't know if that holds up. I mean, they tried everything on Trump when it comes to Russia, and nothing stuck. They tried everything. Believe me, they tried it all. Everything's been tried. So, but yes, I am disappointed as well in Trump. Hey, Trump, you might as well, come on, you use him to get elected. How can you say the name WikiLeaks 160 times? Some say 130, some say 160. In the month before your election, and then when it comes up in the news, you go, I don't know nothing about WikiLeaks. Well, I guess there are people that want to, pretend like that don't matter. But it matters to me that you that you now have a sudden memory loss. Are you fit to be president if you can't remember doing that? You don't remember all the speeches when you told people, oh, the WikiLeaks came out today. Oh, did you read the WikiLeaks? Like that was... You cannot separate Julian Assange from WikiLeaks. Can't say I support WikiLeaks, but I don't support Julian Assange. It's impossible. It's like saying, you support Dr. Dre, but you don't support his record company. He is his record company. He's the co-founder of the organization. So that's it, guys. 319-527-6212. Call up, let me know what you think. I believe that Tulsi Gabbard, her statements are truest. Her, Mike Gravel, Jill Stein, truest statements regarding Julian Assange. I don't believe that Obama has done anything great for whistleblowers. In fact, he has prosecuted more whistleblowers than any other president in history. This is not hard to find out. If I found it, anyone could find it. Get on your job, people. Let's not pretend. We like people, but let's keep it 100. But also recognize it's a lion's den. If you want Tulsi Gabbard or Bernie Sanders, either one of these candidates, if you think they're good for the country, you must wrap your head around the fact that a lot of people, many, many voters, are not as diligent as you. Let's get off the idea that just because Tulsi Gabbard says it, that large amounts of Americans, independents, and Democrats are going to go out and vote for her because she said something positive about Julian Assange. In fact, Tulsi Gabbard never said Julian Assange in as much as she was defending freedom of speech and freedom of press. If you want her to have a chance, you need to realize that there's just so much she could say on the issue. You'll clap, but she'll lose. Okay? You want Bernie, we want Bernie, I want Bernie. Look, this is what I had to accept. This is reality. Like, it feels good to say, fight for it. But then you end up with Hillary. I mean, they might cheat anyway. You know, they could cheat. Right? But then you end up with, you know, Kamala Harris. Or you end up with, I don't know, you know, somebody, you know, Hickenlooper or Amy Klobuchar, you know? Oh, Bernie, tell him, Bernie. And then you go, oh, damn, how did Amy Klobuchar get the nomination? You know? Oh, because these people who don't do research, who don't watch Jimmy Dore, you know, Lee Camp or Tim Black or you know, or whatever, you know, or Abby Martin, you know, like these people watch Jake Tapper. And now they think that Bernie's Russian. And it won't take much, guys. That's all I'm saying. It won't take much. In fact, some of them probably are on the verge right now. You saw them smear Jill Stein. She went to a dinner in Moscow. A lot of politicians have been to a dinner in Moscow. But they say, oh, look, she works for the Kremlin. You saw how easy they do that. You saw what they did with Trump. They could do the same thing with Bernie. Same thing with Tulsi. So, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want people, because I know I'm going to get nailed. Tim, this is wrong. You can't say. I don't like it. I'm just telling you. I can no longer pretend not to know how dirty politics is. I can't even lie to myself and just go, if you just tell the truth, if you just stand up for what's right. Politicians do have to be smart, because not all the voters are. Can I say that one more time? Politicians do have to be smart and choose their battles, because not all their voters are smart. Get it? All right. 319-527-6212. Please become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. I need your support. I need you to become part of it, because daggone it, y'all, without you guys, there's no way that this one-man show can keep going. You know, other people have staffs and stuff. You know, like Jimmy's got a guy that does the editing, and he has people to help write stuff. I'd like to be able to do that one day. Don't tell me I can't, that the leading black left political show and channel in all of YouTube, right? That guy's that Roland. Stop telling me Roland Martin. Don't bring up Roland Martin no more. All right? That guy got fired from CNN, passing questions to Donna Bazillion, passed to Hillary. I don't even want to hear about him. Don't call him left. Call him left behind. Okay? Leave him behind. He don't count. Every time I hear him, he's either selling cryptocurrency or weed or something, and he's trying to get back into CNN. No. Left independent media. Unbeholden media. So, I need you to join the Tim Black Media. I need you to join, because my job is to wake up as many people as humanly possible. All right, my phone lines are full. I'm going to go in the order in which calls came in. And let's get going, man. I'm sure we got a lot of people with a lot to say. But before I do that, let me go to Super Chat, because, hey, Super Chatters, they actually donated to the show, man. So let's give it up for that. Let's go to Super Chat. We got a couple people. We got two. James Curtis in the house. James Curtis says, your next pint is on me. Have a great day. Well, thank you, James. I appreciate you, my friend. Giovanna Liviana. Assange is a journalist. Maddo, Matthews, Hannity, Cooper, and other MSM talking heads are hacks. I love you, Gio. Thank you. And you know I agree with you 100%, right? Yeah, I agree with you 100%. You on point. All right, both of you guys, thank you so much. Make sure my phone lines are up. I just want to make sure my phone lines up. Hey, 917, we're going live, buddy. 917. How you doing, 917? Can you hear me? 917, you're live, Freedom Friday. Not hearing anybody. Guys, I'm not hearing it. But don't hang up. Don't do anything. Don't do a thing. I'm going to reboot. All right. All right, guys. So I guess I'll go a little bit longer here. A little bit longer. So yeah, guys, like I stated, you know, I'm not happy to be able to have to report to you that I feel bad. I almost feel like I'm having to say be pragmatic, and that's not what I hate that word. I don't want to tell you to be pragmatic. I'm just saying we need to do a independent media, because I've given up on cable media. I've given up on corporate media. You know, corporate media. They're not going to tell the truth. There's some people, they want nice clothes, big car, big house, nice penthouse, whatever, wealth. Like, they want those things more than they want to be, you know, truthful. You know, and they want to excel in their jobs more than they want the truth, right? That's more important to them. So the thing is, for our politicians to have the ability to be as real as possible, we have to make more Americans, more citizens, more voters be awake, or be knowledgeable, or to be informed, right? So that's what I believe, right? Because without us making sure people are informed, politicians can't be who they need to be. Excuse me. That's just what I believe, guys, okay? That doesn't mean I want politicians to lie, but what I mean is they have to be very careful in how they word things, because they just get destroyed. Because people don't want to hear it. It's like telling people that Santa Claus don't exist. You're telling a whole room of people who believe in Santa Claus. And then you come tell them Santa Claus don't exist. They want to kill the messenger. They're not even going to look and say, okay, let me stay up one morning and see if somebody comes down my chimney. No, they won't even do that. They'll just say, you work for that you are a Santa hater, and you work for Scrooge. You know, that's what they'll say. They just draw that conclusion. Oh, you work for Scrooge. You know, you don't want me to have a Christmas. Why don't you want me to have a Christmas? You must be with the bad guys that want to destroy our Christmas. And that's just a very easy narrative that they're able to sell, because they're going to run it 24/7 on all these cable shows, okay? And that's just what I believe, right? And I'm not saying I like it. I'm surely not saying it's right, because in my heart of hearts, it's not right, all right? But it is reality, what I believe. It's what I believe. Why is it spinning? Come on, man. Gosh. Studio. All right. Come on, man. Work. I know something real soon, guys. So that's what I believe, folks. That's what I believe. We're almost there. It did not make me dial up. Hello. Hello, hello. What is going on here? Why did my phone line die like that? Ridiculous. All right. 917. I'm not getting anything on my phone lines, guys.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Why? Why?
917. No response from 917. It's this Blog Talk Radio that's not working right. It's just not working right, guys. I'll try one more time. It's just ridiculous what's happening here. One more time, guys. Gosh, man. All right.
Start your show now, press 1.
It appears that the host has already dialed into this show. Only one host is allowed per show. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Hello. Can you hear me? All right. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I've been here before. Unfortunately, folks, I've been here before. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I've been here before where where I've had this problem. I don't think this is solvable without like doing a bunch of crap. I mean, meaning, I don't think there's anything I can do about this. It wants me to end the show and start a show, but you can only have one show a day. So, unfortunately, guys, I think this might be a wrap. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not what I planned on at all. It's not what I planned on at all, guys. It's their system. That's what it is. It's nothing to do with this computer at all. It's just a system.
Start your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
It appears that the host has already dialed into this show. Only one host is allowed per show. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
Well, nothing I can do about it, guys. We'll try it one more time, man. I hate to have people call up and they can't get in. So I'm trying something else.
Start your show now, press 1. To hear. You have no shows within the next 15 minutes. Please call back within 15 minutes of showtime. Thank you.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
All right, that's it. The words I would like to say, guys, I can't tell you the words I would like to say. All right. Oh, I got some stuff I'd like to say right now, people. I got some stuff I'd like to say. I'm not going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it. All right, guys. So what I'd like to do now is just tell you that the show is back in effect. Unfortunately, this happened. This is horrible. But I want you to know that I just want you to know that the show is back. I'm back, and we'll be covering more. Check the YouTube channel. Facebook has started a new subscription base where I can offer access to full shows like this. Typically what I do is I reserve my full shows, which include all my callers, two-hour shows, sometimes 3-hour shows for my Patreon supporters. I'm going to extend that also to YouTube and to Facebook. So something new that we're going to be doing. They just rolled it out on Facebook. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming to the show tonight. I'm going to be putting this out to my supporters Find me on Patreon at Tim's Take Live. Find me as Real Tim Black on YouTube. No, on Facebook and Twitter. All right. That's it. I'm really pissed off that this did not work. Need a real call-in, not virtual software that works from the internet. Need a system that works locally, that I can control, and that I don't need to rely on an unstable website. But we'll get there one day. Until then, I'm Tim Black for TBTV. Find me on YouTube, Tim's Take Live, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh, and thank you, Marcus, for the super chat, my brother. I appreciate it.